First of all, I'm sorry. It's been a minute. Thankfully, I just got done with a 13-day shoot. It was like 3 different projects. And I made it. I survived. I kind of got to take it how it comes. And but lately, the thought that's been coming to my mind, I've been getting invited to some like networking events and things like that. And I was talking to a good friend of mine, Sticks, and I figured like every time I don't want to go to an event, like I drove in from Austin for like a stupid run for this production company in the UK. And I drove in from Austin, and then he texted me. He's like, "Hey man, I'm going to this meetup." And my buddy's like not very, like he can turn it on. He'll be social, but he's more of a to himself kind of guy. And him going was kind of like, and he had to drive an hour in traffic just to try and make it to this event. And I was like 15 minutes down the street, and I had just been working a whole bunch in the middle of I think it was like day 8 or 7. And I'm spent, and I'm thinking like, I'm trying to come up with all these excuses with them not to go to the event. And the more I realize it, in the past, all the things that I've made excuses of not to do are the things that I need to be doing. And what Theo Von said popped into my head. Every time I do something I don't want to do, I grow. And that's been the case, getting more Instagram followers, making new connections, things like that. All right, it's all stuff that kind of, it's the price you got to pay of entry, right, to becoming, influential or have status, right? All these things that we have in our society that give us status. But I see it more of like a thing of growth, right? Every time I, have something that's going on, that I don't want to do, if I put my head down and just do it, that's where I start to see the growth. That's where I start to see the change. And those things compound and they stack over time, right? And I've thought about this in the past, like no one's going to hand me the perfect project. There has to be a point where I'm creating it, right? Where I'm the one that's bringing the work, where I'm the one that's, doing all this stuff. So it's something that's stuck into my head, and I've been getting people commenting on my TikTok of just like keep running. And honestly, I'm at the beginning of these 13 days, I actually had like a little bit of a medical scare. I've been hitting the gym a lot, and I think I hit it pretty hard. I ended up getting a hemorrhoid. So I'm actually just trying to, take care of myself, take it easy. I did like an easy 3-mile run, just 11-minute pace. Because I'm itching to just run more, run longer, but I don't want to risk it, since I'm getting closer to a race in November. But I don't know, I'm just kind of thinking, that fine line that I need to toe of trying to take care of myself, but also trying to make sure mentally that I'm okay. I think I'm gonna have to put strength training, on the back burner for a little while, and maybe just do like flexibility and things like that. But yeah, man, I'm alive. I'm well. I hope you are too. I hope you decide to stay another day, continue to stack, and continue to win. I had a friend, message me on Instagram saying that, my ex wasn't painting me in the best light, and on one of her recent posts or something. And I'm to the point really where I don't give a fuck, right? I know that I'm going to be the villain. I'm going to be, the bad guy. But I'm trying to be at the place where I'm taking 100% responsibility for what I brought into it. And at the end of the day, like if I'm talking bad about my ex, or saying shit about her. It's a reflection of me. It's a reflection of who I chose. And so at the end of the day, I need to realize that, and I need to make my peace with it, right? Because in essence, when I'm talking bad about her, it really comes back on me. You know, it was my pick. So take care of yourself. And stay hard. You know, remember, you're only loved as much as you are valued. I hope one day you do find someone that loves you unconditionally. If anything, for some of you guys, that person's only going to be your father and your mother or your siblings. But if you're lucky enough to find a friend, you know, even for a season, you know, consider yourself lucky. I mean, even the fact that we, you know, get to live in a time like this, even though it is hard and the odds are stacked against you. You know, imagine living with no air conditioning in Texas, right? Or with no glasses, you know. Like, fuck, I'd be screwed. I would be screwed. Take care of yourself. No one else is going to. I did my annual checkup, and that's kind of where I found out some of this stuff. And I, you know, got my eye exam, got my glasses ordered. Because at the end of the day, I want this machine to run as long as possible. Right? I want to be able to be running as long as possible. So if you pray or meditate, think about me. Think about my hemorrhoid and my legs. But yeah, man, I love you guys. Thanks for the love and support. You know, take it easy. Peace.